So it was revealed early on that there's going to be a McMahon documentary series, a Mr. McMahon, that's going to premiere globally on September 25th next month on Netflix. There's going to be 6 1-hour episodes on this. And this is called from over 200 hours of interviews from McMahon himself prior to his resignation, family members, business associates with some of the most iconic names in wrestling history. So this is going to like uncover everything from, this is the rise and fall of Vince McMahon. And this is, I believe that there was a lot of this filming with the Netflix documentary when it was WrestleMania. And maybe that played a part in Vince deciding that he was going to be wrestling in the ring. He was maybe arguing this. He had already fought. He knew that it was going to be his last match. Hard to say really a wrestling match with straight face because it was nothing really. It was just him kicking the crap out of Pat McAfee, right? But and then taking a stunner, the worst stunner ever at the end. But it will be an interesting watch. There's no doubt about it. Regardless of whatever you feel, you've got the utmost respect for Vince McMahon for everything he's accomplished, or you think he's just a total scumbag piece of shit as a human being. I think this would be a very interesting watch. And at the time when they're filming this, then it all comes out. All those allegations, the shocking stuff with Janelle Grant, the loss, all the other allegations, all those payoffs, the NDAs that were signed, women who had paid off millions in these payments to other women, with these non-disclosure agreements. It's going to be very interesting to watch this documentary. And I suppose for me, I covered a lot of this stuff. I got into the stuff with the whole thing with Janelle Grant. I was getting into the stuff to do with, what happened, what went wrong there with the marriage with Vince and Linda. When did it exactly fall apart? I don't think. Will the whole truth get out there about Vince and Linda in this documentary? Will they actually let the cat out of the bag that supposedly they've been separated for a very long time? They weren't together. Well, Linda, will you hear a lot from her in this documentary? Stephanie, Shane. It'll be very interesting. Or is it going to be very much a pro Vince McMahon narrative with the Bruce Pritchards of the world and putting a positive spin on him, on Vince? I've got to say I'm looking forward to watching this. It's going to be good, I feel. And yeah, so I just very curious, I suppose, how this could turn out. I would say I think it will, I guess, be fairly objective. I think it will come off like they'll just be truthful about this stuff. They'll give him credit for his accomplishments in business with WWE, everything he's done, the king of sports entertainment for all those years. But I think at the same time, they're not going to sugarcoat all the stuff with all the accusations. It's going to be very raw, and it's going to be honest, and yeah, it's going to be a hell of a watch, I feel. I really do. Who knows? Maybe some people might think that this will try and, I don't know, humanize Vince as a person, and people will come out of this having like a degree of empathy for him. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just gonna be. It's gonna be one of those that I don't have Netflix. I'll find a way to watch it though. Don't worry. I'm sure a lot of people will. But I'm very much looking forward to this. But they're saying though that Janelle Grant wasn't interviewed for this. That supposedly the guy that's been reporting this from the WrestleNomics website, who's been covering all this, has said that Janelle Grant was not interviewed for this documentary series. So maybe there's a bit of a question mark there, but I think it's going to be, it's just, when you're getting into all this stuff with the allegations, will they interview Stephanie at that point after this stuff comes out? Will they have interviewed Shane? Will they have interviewed Triple H? This could be, it'd be a very interesting watch, but maybe for a lot of people, this could be a very hard watch. This could be like, I don't know, kind of like hiding your head down, but like, oh no, I just can't see it, I cannot, because it'll be a painful watch with all this stuff that's come out. And at the end of the day, Vince McMahon, he is a human being, and he's He had a wife, Linda, his kids. I mean, they're going to be affected by all this. Grandkids. I mean, you can only imagine what it's like for them. And I'm just very much looking forward to this. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a really good one. And I don't know how, it maybe won't be until around maybe the 4th, 5th episode that really gets into the whole juicy details with those allegations, the NDAs, Grant thing, what have you. But I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, because the pro WWE spin that they put on these documentaries when it was like the McMahon documentary in 2006, and yeah, I think most people were honest about how they felt towards Vince. I felt probably Kurt Angle was one of the more honest guys, because I can remember Kurt Angle saying that you like something along the lines of, you just look at Vince and you think like there's something wrong with this guy. And then Kurt Angle was also saying something like, you'll never have a book about the real life of Vince McMahon because he'll never reveal the truth. And just a couple of things like that I thought were very interesting, because he was one of the more honest people of like the big names talking, the talking heads, like from the top guys on Vince. And yeah, I mean, that always stuck with me, what Kurt Angle said. And then when you think about all the stuff now that's come out with Vince and the women and that, it's like, yeah, Vince wouldn't reveal all the truth. There is some fucked up stuff there that Vince has done, I believe. But then, yes, you could say there's fucked up stuff that happened to him in his childhood with abuse, from his physical abuse from his stepdad and all that. But you can't rationalize that. When people, are grown adults and capable of making their own choices and decisions, you can't really use that as an excuse for what Vince has done. But WWE had their spin on it when they put that documentary out 18 years ago. I remember buying it on DVD at the time, and it was a good one. I enjoyed watching it. It's a good watch. But I think this is going to be much more raw. And yeah, maybe it's going to be more people talking in it, or they're kind of more pro Vince. But I don't know, maybe you'll have some people there that'll tell it like it is and be real honest and think that they'll say that they think Vince is a prick of a human being. And but yeah, I mean, you've got to mark that date down for the documentary. McMahon, they said it's Mastermind, Madman, only on Netflix, September 25th. Because I think it's going to be a very good, entertaining watch. Directors Chris Smith, production company Library Films and associated with Ringer Films. But McMahon, Netflix, I'm going to be watching. I'm going to very much looking forward to this one. But that's just a brief short video on this, guys. You know what to do. Feel free to like, hit the subscribe button. This is just an impromptu video. Sorry if I wasn't a bit more prepared, but leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on all this stuff with Vince. But yeah, the McMahon documentary, I think that it'll be good shit, pal. But that's me for now, guys. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.